We have a continuation today, and in the previous session we were discussing the candlestick patterns. So this is a second discussion on the candlestick pattern analysis. So we'll have a quick recap on what we have discussed in the last session, and then we will move on to today's topic. So a quick recap: the candlestick. This is a normal candlestick. You call it a body and an upper wick and a lower wick, and this is a big black candle. Black here means a red candle, and a white here means a green candle. So sometimes you're going to see on some charts, you have an option. You can say red and green candle or white or black candle. Black is red and white is green. So this is a big black candle, big white candle, which is a positive sign here. And this is red candle is always a negative sign, reversals. And then we discuss the most important topics, which are the dodgy candles. Dodgy is will have a wick, upper wick, lower wick, and there is no body here. The opening and closing prices are the same. So if this is the case, this means that market is indecisive. There can be a reversal in the market. So the market has not yet decided in which direction to move. And then within the dodgy, we had like different patterns. Number one pattern was a dragonfly dodgy, which had a lower wick and a no upper wick. And the inference here is there's a bottom side price reversal, and the market has not accepted the lower price, and it has went back to its original price from where it was opened and gave a closing price there. So when it appears at the bottom, it is considered as a reversal signal, means it's going at the bottom, this the bottom of the trend, and the downside price rejection, it means there will be a reversal in the trend. And then gravestone dodgy is totally opposite to that. There's upside price rejection. The price was not able to sustain at the higher levels and fell back again to the price at which it was opened at that day. And this is a reversal signal when it forms at the top of the trend, an uptrend. And then this is the same. This is actually the long-legged dodgy. Long-legged dodgy, the same is the inference like a standard dodgy. The only difference is it has a long upper and a long lower wick. Still, it is an indecisive candle, and it is considered as a reversal signal. Then we discuss, other than the dodgy, we discussed in the last session the hanging man pattern. Hanging man has a rectangular body with a leg, which is like 2 to 3 times of the body, and this is formed at the uptrend. And in the uptrend, the inference here is that this is a bearish pattern in an uptrend. The important point here is an uptrend. Then we discuss the hammer. The hammer is also similar in shape, rectangular body, and the wick, lower wick, which is like 2 to 3 times of the body. And the difference between these two were that hanging man was formed in the uptrend and the hammer is formed in the downtrend. So when the hammer is formed in the downtrend, it is considered as a bullish pattern. And hanging man is formed in the uptrend and considered as a bearish pattern. So the differentiating factor is the trend. Uptrend, hanging man. Downtrend, hammer. In uptrend, it will go down now. In hammer, it will go up. The price will go up. Then we discuss the inverted hammer. Inverted hammer is similar to hammer in shape, just the opposite to that. So inverted hammer, the body is below and the wick is on the upside, and this is normally formed at the bottom, and this is considered as a bottom reversal. So upside price rejection, and the market may start going down from here. So this one, inverted black hammer or just an inverted hammer, the same things. It may be a red candle or it may be a white candle. And then we're leaving these two. Okay, so these were the two the things that we discussed in our last session. So any questions, guys, here so far, or we can move on to today's topic? Any questions here? I hope most of you guys have practiced this.
Yeah, we are following the pattern and applying what we learned from you.
Okay, great. So I'll move on to the next. So the next today, first thing is the Marubouzu Candle. So this is actually, it can be a white candle or it can be a black candle, maybe a red or green, and it doesn't have any wick here. So when this is the case, when you see a big candle, either green or red, which doesn't have any wick, so we call it as Marubouzu Candle, and this is considered as a continuation pattern. For example, there was a uptrend and you was looking at some green candles in that uptrend. Past few candles are green, and then you saw this candle without any wick, and it's called as a Marbuza candle. It means that this will be a continuation pattern or previous was a green pattern, an uptrend pattern. So the uptrend pattern will continue. On the same side, there was a downtrend, and you were looking at some red candles, and then you saw this another red candle here, Marubozu red candle. So it would mean that this red trend will continue. So this will give you an indication, an idea how the price may look like in the coming sessions, in the coming days. So this is one of the important candlestick pattern to know. The next here is a shooting star. The shooting star looks similar to inverted hammer. I'll go back to inverted hammer, just have a look. Look, this is an inverted hammer. And now I'll take back to the shooting star. Shooting star is also the same. It looks like the same. Don't go to this body. The body shape may be like 10-20% different. The important thing is there is a higher upper wick, no lower wick, and the rectangular body. And the wick is like at least 2 to 3 times of this rectangular body. And this, we call it a shooting star. The reason behind why we are calling it a shooting star and not an inverted hammer, the inverted hammer is normally formed at the bottom of the trend. Shooting star is formed in an uptrend, similar to hanging man. Hanging man was formed in an uptrend, so the shooting star is. So this means that there is an upside price rejection, and this will be a bearish pattern in an uptrend. I will take you back to the hanging man. Hanging man, what was the hanging man? Look, this is the hanging man. Now we just reverse this hanging man. If you remember, hanging man was formed in an uptrend. So this shooting star is also in the uptrend, and shooting star is like the opposite to hanging man. So like we are talking here about 4 things: hanging man in the uptrend, shooting star in the uptrend, hammer in the downtrend, and inverted hammer also in the downtrend. Just remember, hammers are in the downtrend and rest is in the uptrend. So getting back to the shooting star, what does this imply? It means that there is an upside price rejection. The price was not able to sustain the higher levels, and then it went back and closed little above the price from where it was open at that day. So this is formed in the uptrend and is considered as a bearish pattern. When you see there was some uptrend going on, and then you saw this sort of candle form on the graph, so it would mean that the price may start going down after the formation of this candle. Now this candle, you can look at a daily chart pattern, you can look at an hourly chart pattern. So after 1 hour you saw this candle form, so next in the next coming hours or next coming minutes, you may see the price will start going down. So it depends which chart pattern you have, that you have chosen, in which time frame, daily time frame, hourly time frame, weekly time frame, monthly, whatever you choose, the analysis remains the same. So shooting star is done. Now we'll move next to the spinning top. We'll go back after discussing these few things. We'll go back to the live charts and see how these candles look like in actual life, because these may not look similar 100%, but it will be almost alike. So next is a spinning top. This pattern we see like very often, and this may be a red or this may be a green, a rectangular body with a small lower wicks, and in most of the Canadian stocks you will see they don't move. So you just make a small high and a small low, and then they close down. So you will see these patterns very often. It can be green, it can be red. So we call this a spinning top, and this is normally a neutral pattern. So they doesn't give you any much information, but when they combine with some other patterns, they may give you some useful information. So the spinning top is a neutral pattern. White body is a bullish pattern. This has been discussed earlier as well. If we have a black body or red big body, that will be considered as a bearish pattern. So I think we'll discuss 2 more, and we'll go back to the live charts to see these things. Shaven bottom is similar to the inverted hammer, and same things apply. The only thing here is the wick is not as long as the hammer, and the shaven head is the same like a hammer. So these 2 are not very common patterns. The common patterns which we discussed are the spinning top and the shooting star, hammer, hanging man, and hammer, hanging man, shooting star, and inverted hammer. So let's go to live charts and see if we can find out these candles here. Which one you wanna go? Which was like, let's go to Tesla. Maybe Tesla has got some good patterns. I will hide these things here, Matty. Okay. So guys, let's find it together. I'm also looking it just in front of you. So if you come across any of the candles, like shooting star, do let me know. By the way, I'll show you one candle. This candle, guys, can you identify the name of this candle? What is this? This one. I'll increase it. Yep, this one. Yep, 11 September. Anyone? Other than Vivek. Guys, come on, unmute.
That's I'm keeping quiet.
Yeah, guys, unmute and participate.
Guys, this is the best way to learn. Make mistakes and learn.
No one want to say anything? Aditya is silent today.
Surprise.
Oh no, I'm on mute for a reason. Not that I'm not learning.
No, yeah, of course you join us like every week.
Fasad has said it's a hanging man. Fasad, feel free to speak.
Fasad, come on, unmute and come on, join.
Let's hear your voice.
Join us.
Yes, I'm still trying to understand this a bit, Tahir. So I'm just looking at this.
Oh, okay. Good enough.
Yeah, the more you practice, the more you learn. So it's a good chance to have a two-way communication. Like whatever we are discussing, this information is not invented by me. This information is of course there on the internet. You can Google it, you can go on the YouTube, but that will be just a one-way communication. The distinct pattern here on our discussion is like we try to make it a two-way communication. I will tell you something, and if you have any confusion or you want to add something, feel free to ask, and then we will make it more interactive. This is like the distinct thing that we have on our sessions. Otherwise, like the things that we are discussing, that we are not bringing it from our own. This is like always present on the internet, on the books, everywhere. So the more you participate, the more you learn. So let's get back here. So this was a dragonfly dodgy, and if we take this can be a long leg dodgy, although we don't have a much lower leg here, but this is an indecisive as well. So here when we see this dragonfly dodgy, we said that this will be a downside price rejection, so market may go up. Market is not accepting this level, the market may go up. And the second day it made a high, and this was indecisive, but still the market was continuing up here. So, and this is one of the candle. I will get back to you what sort of candle it is. Just bear with me for a few more minutes. So we discussed these few candles, and this is like a big green body or big white body. And what pattern it is? Anyone? What sort of pattern it is? It is formed for C, the trend. This is an uptrend, okay, and in the uptrend, if you see this, yeah, again please. Inverted hammer is at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, hammers are always in the bottom trend. So this sort of pattern is an uptrend, so it can be either two things. It can be a shooting star or it can be hanging man. So it's just reverse in shape, so it is a shooting star.
Okay.
And yeah, and the implication of shooting star, what we read, that it can be a reversal, but here we didn't see a reversal on the next day. So next day confirmations are always important. So this can be a trap. So this was this. Oh, by the way, it looks like similar to the shooting star. Yeah, shooting star, and there's a gravestone dodgy. Gravestone dodgy. The difference here is like it has a very small body. In the dodgy, we don't have any bottom wick, any body. I'll show you here. It bears a similar pattern to the dodgy. Yeah, this one, gravestone dodgy. Gravestone dodgy opening and closing price are virtually the same. Here, there is a difference in that, but because opening and closing are almost the same, not the same. So we are saying, okay, this can be a shooting star. But the thing is, market then came down, although there was upside price rejection, but the market went up, and then it was indecisive for 2 further days, and then it started going down later on. So next, whenever you analyze something using any indicator, next day confirmation is always very important. And of course, you will not rely on just one indicator. You will combine multiple indicators while formulating your strategy. And it may happen that one indicator is saying you go in X, other might be saying go in Y, then you go with the maximum of the indicator signals. Okay, let's see another one. Okay, yeah, this one. This one is a Marubouzu candle, which is a continuation pattern. It was an uptrend, okay, and then you saw this candle, and then again the same Marbuza candle, so uptrend continued. So we saw this few of the candle which are called Marbuza candle, and this one was a spinning top, spinning top, spinning top, dodgy, standard dodgy. Okay, and this is, what is this, guys? This one?
Inverted hammer?
Yep, not the inverted. That's a hammer. This is a downtrend, and that's a hammer. Downside price rejection, and then market, if you see this market next day open at low, but it made a high, it tried to went up, and again it fell down. And this one is gravestone dodgy, upside price rejection, and market started going down till here. So these are the few of the patterns that you must keep in your mind when you are formulating any buy strategy or a sell strategy. It will help you to make a trade, but 100% is like nothing. But these are the ideas, this is the information which will help you to predict the future, but 100% surety is always not guaranteed. That's why you combine it with some other strategies as well, and then take your call. Okay, so I'll move on to the next. So these few dodgy things we saw the hammer, we didn't see the hanging man yet, but it will be same, only the difference will be it will be in the uptrend. Inverted hammer, we saw that, and then Marbuza, we looked at it. Shooting star, we looked at it, and spinning top, we saw that. White body, we saw that. Shaven bottoms are not important. So we'll go to the next. Now, this was the end of the normal candlestick patterns. Now we are going to a little bit complex patterns. I will discuss few of those complex patterns, and we'll go then back again to the live chart and see how they look like in actual life and what does that mean. So the first thing is Bearish Harami candle, and this one is how we characterize it. We will have a big white body, big white candle, or a big green candle, and then it will be followed by a black candle, which will be a smaller in size, and this opening and closing of this red candle will be within the opening and the closing of this white candle or a green candle. So this, number one, this will be a big candle, this will be a small candle. Opening and closing will be within the opening and closing of this green candle. So we call it bearish pattern, and it is a bearish pattern in an uptrend. So there was an uptrend going on, and you saw this big green candle, and after that there was a small red candle formed. So it can be considered as a bearish pattern in an uptrend. Seems that a bearish pattern has come to an end. Now you're gonna see you're gonna see a reversal here, bearish pattern, and then if we go further here in the dodgy, you will see the same pattern here, and it is considered a reversal signal when it is formed at the top, because the dodgy is always a reversal signal. Whenever you see a dodgy candle, it will be indecisive, and then the second point is you may see a reversal in the pattern whenever you see a dodgy. So here this is a big green candle and then a dodgy candle, so there may be a reversal when it is formed at the top. So if we go here again to the other side, then the bullish candles, bullish pattern, bullish Harami candle, it is like large black body, and then we got a small white body which will be within the range of the black body. Opening and closing are within the opening and closing of this black body. So this is considered as a bullish pattern. So this bullish Harami candle is a bullish pattern, and this one which we discussed before, this is the bearish Harami pattern, which will lead you to the bearish trend. So as the name suggests, the bearish pattern and the bullish pattern. The important thing here to note is, which we normally see in our trading patterns, on one day we saw, okay, there's a large big candle, and we say, okay, there was a 30% gain in this stock, and then everyone rushes, okay, let's buy it in the next day. And the next day during the pre-market, okay, let's assume some prices. It opened at, let's say, $10 and closed at like $14, 40% up. And the next day it opened at here, instead of 14 it opened at 12. So there is an indication now on the next day, maybe there is a selling pressure, the prices are going down, and from 12 it gave a closing of 11. So what does this mean? The last day there was huge volume, there was some news or something, the people were like after the stock, and next day it has started going down. So now if it has started going down, this is the time for you to exit. So don't wait for the next day, okay, it has gone down, next day maybe it will come up. First thing you sell, and next thing is don't buy it here on this day, because whatever the thing was, whatever the news was, it has already been in cash. So don't fall up prey to it. So that's why this candlestick pattern is important here. And now the same goes here in the bullish. There was a big black candle, it has went down, and the next day it has a closing here at $10, let's say, and next day it opened up at $11 and gave a closing at 12. So it may indicate, okay, now the bad news or whatever it was, because of which it has fallen down, or the indicators has cooled down, now it has started going up. So these patterns you need to keep in mind when you formulate your strategy. So this bullish Harami candle and the bearish Harami candle we discussed. Let's move on to the next one, guys. Any question here or any confusion in these two patterns before we move on to the next pattern? Okay, then we will move next. So the next one is a dark cloud candle. The dark cloud candle is very important, and this is a bearish signal in an uptrend. So let's consider there is an uptrend, all green candles are being formed, and one candle is formed in a way that it was like opened with a gap. Like this is the opening price $10, closing price $14, and the next session it opened at a price of $15. Everyone was happy, okay, it was going up. In the pre-market also it gained $1. So now from its opening price it went a little bit higher, and then it went down. Then it went down and even below the closing price of previous day. So it gave a closing which is less than the previous closing. So this is important here to consider. It opened at higher price with a gap up opening, and it closed at a price which is less than the closing price of the previous day. So it would be like maybe a red candle here. So the closing is less than the previous closing, and the opening was higher. So we call it a dark cloud. So this is the dark cloud. This is covering the previous candle, and previously there was an uptrend, and uptrend we saw in a pre-market as well. But during this trading session, it gave a closing which is less than the closing of the previous price. So this is a dark cloud, and this formed at the uptrend, and this is known as a bearish reversal pattern in an uptrend. So whenever this cloud is formed, so there is the start of the bearish pattern here. So be mindful of that. And the next important thing here is bearish engulfing. Bearish engulfing, like there will be a small pattern, small white body here, and this will be completely engulfed by a black body, which means that the closing price here will be higher. Okay, the opening price will be higher here than the closing price of the previous candle, and here the closing price also will be lower than the closing price or the opening price of the previous candle. So simply this will be, white body will be small, and the large black body will be large, and it will be large on both ends, not on the one end. That it will cover this previous candle completely from the upside as well, and from the downside as well. So we call it as a bearish engulfing pattern. Why we call it engulfs? Because this bearish candle engulfs the previous small candle. So we call it engulfing bearish pattern, and it is also considered as a reversal signal, which will be followed by a downtrend. And opposite to that bearish engulfing, we have a bullish engulfing. A black candle, a red candle, and then red candle is engulfed by a big green candle, completely engulfed from both side, upside and downside. So this is also a reversal signal. Reversal signal means previously there was a downtrend here, and then you saw this candle. So it means that the pattern has been reversed and stock may start going up from the next trading sessions. So now let's go back to our live charts and see these sort of patterns which we discussed, like bearish engulfing, the bullish engulfing, and dark cloud and bullish harami and the bearish harami patterns. Let's see if we can find out there. So I'm going back to the Tesla. Yep. So in the Tesla, let's start finding out these things. Okay. If you see any other pattern, guys, do let me know. Okay, this one. This one here. This one, guys, anyone can name it? This pattern? A red body or a black body followed by a big white body which engulfs, yep. Just anyone?
Bullish trend?
Yes, this is an engulfing, bullish engulfing. Yep. This is a bullish engulfing pattern, and you see that after this candle there was an uptrend, though it didn't last longer. But if we look at the bigger time frame, it went till here. It went down a little bit, but it was in green zone, and it went till 369. After this pattern of 367, it went upwards. Okay, this one was a bullish engulfing pattern, and let's see if we can find out the bearish engulfing as well, or the dark cloud. Dark cloud should be easier to find.
Yeah, if you take to the left,
This one?
that red candle.
Yeah, this one. There's a dark, seems to be a dark cloud here. So there's an uptrend. We said in the dark cloud there should be an uptrend, and after the uptrend, the stock opens with a gap up opening. It was Tesla here closed on 367, and on the next day, on the next session, it opened at 368. Gap up opening, but then it gave a closing which was below 367.8, a little below 367.7. So it is called as dark cloud. And the dark cloud formed an uptrend. See, there was an uptrend, and you saw, okay, there's a dark cloud form here. So now this is a reversal pattern, and you saw this stock went down till 364. So this is, I think, some meaningful inference which we get from the dark cloud. So let's see something else.
There's one more dark cloud at the left, the leftmost screen. Third red candle.
Here, this one, yeah. This one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is also dark cloud. This is more clear actually. Gap up opening and the closing, which is lower than the closing of the previous price, and then stock started falling down. So this is like a dark cloud, and it went down to 360. And then here, this is, can we name this candle, guys?
Engulfing bullish?
Yes, engulfing bullish candle. And whenever there's a bullish candle, engulfing bullish, which engulfs the previous red candle, the stock goes up, and you saw stock made a high till this point, and at this point you saw a dark cloud. So you already knew now the dark cloud has been formed, the stock will go down, and it went down. Getting it?
I've just got one question.
Yeah.
Say the one at between 745 and 1745 and 1715, right? Yeah, that one. Yeah, towards the left. Yeah, that one. So after the red one, you've got a green one. So is this engulfing bearish, or because ideally it started at a higher price, but the wick went up and it came down. So do we take it as an engulfing bullish? Bearish one.
Okay. For in order to call it engulfing, my first question is whether this green candle is engulfing this red candle.
It's not.
No,
No.
it's not engulfing pattern.
It's smaller, yeah.
So you cannot see from right to left. the stock is moving from this pattern here from left to right. So you need to see from this side. So this one is the next candle. This is the previous candle. You need to see the next candle is engulfing or not. So if you see the other way, I think you saw the other way. So this red candle is engulfing this candle. So we are not moving backward. We are moving this way.
Oh, got it. Yeah, thanks for that.
Okay. So next candle should be an engulfing candle. Okay. So dark cloud.
Tahir, can I just butt you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Friends, have a look at the chart. What is the time frame? It's a 1 minute chart.
Yep.
Right? Now see the beauty of the candles. We just saw one thing at 1730, 33, 34 and engulfing, bullish engulfing 1731, 32, 33, 1733. Yeah, this one. Right? Bullish engulfing, 1 minute chart, 1733. What is the price you enter in at? Take the next red candle, highest of the red candle. You enter it at 361, 362. 362. All right, let's take it 362. Now, the effect of the candles, within 1 minute, you entered at 362 and you're exiting at what price? Lowest of the candle. Lowest of this candle, not even this. At this 367. So 362 to 368. And how many minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
20.
20 minutes.
20 minutes, $5.
20 minutes and you have $5 inside if you're working on a 1 minute candle.
So you need
to be very careful. That's the power of a candlestick. That's the power of a candlestick.
Exactly. So this is one of the best tool that we have in technical analysis. Like apart from the indicators, I haven't touched any indicator, right? Although there are so many indicators. I'm just telling you in the live chart, and this is just with the one tool of candlestick pattern analysis. So if you combine with some other charts, you will get even some more meaningful information. But this one is truly, purely 100% based on the candlestick, and you can see the differences, how the price is moving and how it is behaving to this candlestick pattern analysis. And this is
keep one thing in mind. The entire stock market in any part of the globe will only work on two parameters: price and volume.
Exactly.
Every other indicator is derived only from these two. So if you can understand and read a price, you don't require any indicator after that. So try and devote more time in understanding how to read a price. And candlesticks will give you an art of how to read a price.
Exactly.
If you can read candlesticks, you don't require anything else.
Yep. So I think we have discussed some meaningful things here. So if you have a question, do let us ask on the group and we'll be happy to answer you. Now, guys, any question here regarding any of the candlestick pattern? We saw the bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing candle, dark cloud candle, and bearish Harami and the bullish Harami. We were not able to see it here. If I come across during our discussion, I will let you know, okay, this is the pattern we were talking about. Okay, we can start discussing with few of the stocks, and in the meanwhile, whichever candlestick pattern will come across, we will try to name that and see how this candlestick pattern is behaving and what influence we are getting from it. Okay, let's start with a few of the remaining stocks that we need to analyze. Yes, Vivek, you have something to share?
Yes, look at TELUS Corporation, just alphabet T.
Yep. This is a favorite of few of our guys in the group. Okay, I will change it to 1 day. Okay, TELUS Corporation here. It is currently at 23.73. Let me add some indicators here. Yeah, here we go. So this one. Yes. Okay, so this one 23.73. This is currently, it has, seems it has taken its support at this level, because this when we discussed that previously as well, and this was its support level. So from this support line, it seems that it has taken a support, and next day candle has been formed, which is a positive, and this positive candle has formed a green candle, and it seems that it has started going up. So it may take a further upside resistance at 24, and then the next level maybe like 24.6. So currently it seems that it has started going up, and a dividend was announced, and after the dividend it has to go X dividend, and I think this was the candle when it went X. So it went down here. The next day it has cooled off and started gaining momentum again. And the volumes, if we see, the volumes are the normal. There's no spike in the volume. We got a normal volumes here. RSI has started to move up. If we draw a pattern here, okay, so it seems that RSI has also taken a support at this level. If we pull it back to do some back testing, yes, it follows that. Okay, it follows that here as well, at this point, and then it has taken another turn from this point, which follows this trend line, and it has started going upside. And if I take it from here, so at this level, so till this level of 60.9, the last time when it came to 60.9, what was the price? So 60.9, this level. We're talking somewhere about this level, 24.45. It can reach up to. So that's what I see here. Now, if I talk about the Parabolic Sar, the Parabolic Sar has given dots that form upward, and still there's a huge gap between these candlesticks. So still we have a room for this stock to go up. I think this has started its upward journey, and you can see this. You can hold this for like initially at 24.2, and then the next move will be 24.6. That's what I see here in this stock, Vivek.
Yeah.
So because the volumes, I see if the volumes are like consistent, there's no like spike or downfall in the volume. And the important thing which is here to note is like the support. It has taken a support from this level, and next day is a green candle, which is a positive sign. And RSI is also has started moving up. These two are the positive indications here. Now, if we try to see the candlestick pattern, let's see if it has got some meaning attached to it. I think that's a neutral pattern. Vivek?
No, just the previous candle is a bearish engulfing.
Yes, previous candle is a bearish engulfing. And now the second important thing is
candle.
The bearish engulfing candle. Whenever we said that we have a bearish engulfing candle, this will be a downtrend. That's what we said, right?
Downtrend.
But the other important thing is the bearish engulfing is normally formed in the uptrend, not in the downtrend. So this is not an uptrend. So here, there are a few things that we need to memorize and practice it very carefully. This is a bearish engulfing, but the problem here is this is not an uptrend. This is a downtrend.
Already in a downtrend, yeah.
Yeah, it's already in the downtrend. So you cannot say that now there will be a reversal. So after bearish engulfing, there will be another bearish. So it's already in the bearish pattern. And now join this concept with another concept of the support. So we also had a support at this level. So
very true.
So at this support level, now you have like two indicators here. The first one was not an indicator. I won't say that an indicator because this is not a bearish engulfing pattern, because it is not an uptrend. And second important point here is the support. So it was at support level. If I was here at this day on 9th September, and I don't know what's going to happen on 11th of September, I would simply say that there is a chance that this stock can take a support at this level, because this is currently at its support level. And next day, I'm going to wait for this candle to be formed, which is like positively a green candle. So I will make my analysis that the stock make start going upward, and it has a room, and this parabolic Sar is also like these dots have a lot of difference between the candle and this dot. So I would say to hold on to it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one, guys. If you have some other stock, if you want to see that, even if you're holding or not holding, just feel free to ask. And now in the remaining part of the session, we are like doing some stock analysis on those items that you want to be analyzed. Okay, yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Tahir, can you look at IGC? It's a US stock. IGC, yeah.
IGC, yeah.
Yeah.
India globalization.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay. This stock doesn't have any volumes. This is an illiquid stock. Are you holding this?
Oh yes, I bought it at around 2 something.
Okay. If you bought it at around 2, maybe there was some news here, and you bought when the news started cooling off.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
So let's analyze these types of stock. This analysis will remain the same for every type of stock which are like not very liquid, and then they tend to move on some news. So guys, here, this is a big green candle, okay? And then it has, just ignore this upper wick. There's a huge upper wick. So normally it seems to be a dark cloud here, isn't it? This opened at higher price, okay, then closed at a price which is less than the previous price, a little less, not huge, or almost the same. So the news impact came here, and then next day it made a high of 4.6 and started going down and gave a closing which was less than the closing of the previous closing. So hence formed a red candle, and then it started going down, 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 and currently it took a support here, and then again taking a support. So you got at around 2. So I would say next day it will, like, if it reaches around 2, like this high, last time it made this high of 1.89. If it goes like this high, just come out of this trade. You will have a minimal loss, but just bear it before it goes back here to again below 1. It might not go below 1 because sometimes there's a strategy, like stocks which are trading below 1, they are at the risk of being delisted. So they tend to make these sort of stances, like they bring in some news or something, or some maybe a real one as well, and the stock goes up, and then when it goes down, normally it stays above $1. So currently, like last time also, it came here at 1.1, then move up and went up to 1.8. Then again it has came down to this level. Now it has a tendency again to move up again to this level 1.4, but during the day it can have some spike. So if you are like close enough to your buying price, just get out of it. And for the news, all the news driven stocks, just do a day trade in that, or maximum till the next day. Don't do that. Depends upon how powerful the news is. If the news is very powerful, it may last like for 2 days or 3 days maximum. That's saying a maximum for the big giants like Tesla, like Apple, Facebook, Air Canada, like these sort of companies. If they have some news, maybe they can last for more than a day, 2 days, let's say. But for the small companies, we don't have much capitalization, or we don't have a much liquid stocks. It is just 1 day game. See here, 1 day game. Next day, all these guys who bought it here, they sold it off and realized their profits. And some other guys who were not maybe aware of that information or something, they just got trapped in. And after this, imagine someone has bought this at 4.54. It made a high. Of course, someone has bought this at 4.5. I don't know when it's gonna go back to 4.5. And now, well, maybe he has already sold it off. So now it's not it doesn't seem, by looking at this technical chart, that it can, in the near future, it will go back to this level of 3.5. But I would suggest either sell half of it if you don't want to lose much money. If it gets closer to your buying price, you must liquidate like at least 50% of that. So I would recommend here. Best it's your call. You can see how the stock is behaving. And currently it's in downtrend. It can go. Last time it went at the 38. The RSI went down till a level of 38, and even at below these levels. So it has a tendency to test like below 30. So now it is in a downtrend here. See, if it breaks this level at which it is currently at, then you can see it will start going down. If in the next day it takes a turn, because here this price is also at support level and RSI is also taking a support from here. So next day will be important. It has a capacity, or it seems that it's likely it can go. It can take a rebound from here, but how long the rebound will be, that is like out of question. We don't know. And if you look at the volume here on this candle, this green candle, when this green candle formed, maybe like most of the people have exited it. Those who got it here, they got a chance on this day and they exit this. That's why the volume was high, and now then again the volumes were low. So watch closely to this stock for the coming sessions, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Ideally, you should keep a limit order and figure about it at about 1.85 or 1.90, and keep your fingers crossed.
Yep. Or like maybe during the day, if you are watching very closely, you're like near to the screen, just watch out how it is going. If you can get a little higher price than that, if you can, but still like don't be greedy. If you're getting close enough to the buying price, accept the loss and go back.
Sure. Thanks for this time.
No problem, man. Yes, guys. Next one.
If no one has
Question, George?
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Which stock, guys?
Somebody was saying something.
Yeah,
No, Vivek, sir, you go ahead. I'll go next.
No, you go. I am just retesting my levels. You can ask your query.
Okay, I'm even looking at SESN. I bought this at
SESN.
1.09. Yeah. And it's just hovering around this.
Okay, 1.09. You bought it here. Okay.
The parabolics are very close.
Yeah, that's close. So
Very close parabolics.
Yeah. So this is a support level here. Okay. So currently this is at support, and you see this seems to be very strong support. 1 time, 2, 3 times, 4 times it started going down, and it touched this level and rebounded from here 3, 4 times. So this is close enough here, and it can go up. So you hold on to it. You can get like easily. You can get up to this level 1.1, and then as soon as this 1.1 is reached, you will be like 1.1 here. You will be like positive, and then you have here 1.18 or 2. So I think you're safer here. No need to worry on this. Just hold on to it, so you can get a good outcome here. So if we talk about some more points here,
the RSI also is climbing.
Yep, RSI is like I'll get back to RSI now then.
Even the previous trend is climbing.
Yes. Let's do some back testing here. So you see this stock here, it is taking support, and then this might be a resistance level here. So yeah, I think you're safe here. RSI is like above 50, which is considered an uptrend. So it seems you are safe here. And now the other thing is that Parabolic Sar, this important point here is, if you recall from our previous discussions, this Parabolic Sar, these dots, these are now very close to this to the candles. So and now at this point of time, they are representing a sell signal. Now, as soon as we move forward in our next sessions, it is likely that these dots will start forming down, like here when they start forming down. When they start forming down, this is the buy signal, And most of the guys, when they look, okay, now this is the buy signal, they will come into trade and they will make the stock move up. This is also another positive thing here for this stock. So the next few sessions here, the stock will start going up, and these dots, parabolic SAR dots, they will start forming down. Why I'm saying this? Because the gap between these dots and the candles are now very less. If you see here, there was dots forming up, and the point where the gap was very minimal, the dot shifted downwards. And when the dot shift downwards here, so it is this is a buy signal and a start of the uptrend as well. And you see here, it was an uptrend here. And now again here, there's a downtrend here. And then in the downtrend, similar to this downtrend, we have a downtrend here. I'm taking from here to here. Okay, so this is a downtrend here, and this is a downtrend. These dots are now very close to this candle, and at any time, the dots can shift downward and will take the stock upwards. So you are safer here. Just hold on to it. All right.
Can you take a weekly chart for the same thing? If there's a bigger target.
Okay, let's look at the weekly. In the weekly, it's the positive. Yeah, they're saying it's still a buy. It's still a good
still
buy
a buy,
here.
and it gives you a bigger target also.
Frame. Yeah, in
the
longer time frame. Yeah, in the longer time frame, it is a good buy here. 1.4 is your target, and that in the long run. So that's another good thing to look at this stock. And the volumes in this week are a little less, but in the coming week, let's see. And this the candle here, this is a Dodgy Candle, so maybe a reversal. Yeah, two dodges may be still a reversal sign. Reversal and indices. So this should be a positive one.
And Tahir, now look at the RSI between May and September.
Yes.
April and September.
RSI in uptrend. RSI is an uptrend.
Absolute uptrend.
Okay.
So even the weekly targets are going up.
Yes. So weekly target, it is like showing a little downside here, which is like bearish to neutral, I would say. Yeah,
ready to
exactly. So it's cool down here, and then again it will take back its turn.
I would look at target of 1.4 comfortably. 1.4, 1.45, or even 5.
Yeah, it will take some. Yeah, it will take some time here till 1.4.
If it's weekly, it will go into weeks.
Yeah, this is the
going to multiple weeks, but yes.
2 months, like we're talking about here.
Yes.
Easily. But if you see this, you are getting good return at 1.2. Sell it and buy it back again at the lower levels.
Yes, why not?
Yeah, why to wait for 2 months?
1.2, yeah.
Yeah, because at this point of time, I won't recommend any stock for like 2 months or 3 months because US elections are ahead. So you don't know how the market will move. And we already started looking at like red days as well. So don't go for like huge targets. Go for the minimal targets, keep the stock for a few days, realize the profit, and get out for that. So don't go for like, unless like you are holding some big stock like Tesla, Apple, Facebook, these sort of stocks. Okay, you can say even if it is down, it will revert back. But few stocks may take a little longer than expected. So these days, strategy should be like just hit and run strategy. Okay, yeah. Are we good to move on to next one?
Yes, thanks for this.
No problem.
If no one has anything, I've got 2 more, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, come on, go ahead.
Can we look at IMMP as well?
IMMP. Imputed? From where you guys bring this sort of shares?
So basically, I was just doing a few of them. It's been like 2 weeks that I bought this. The problem is for the past 2 weeks, I couldn't trade because of personal reasons. So that is the reason I was just looking at where we are at the moment. So I bought this at, I would say IMMP, I bought it at around 1.58 something.
Yeah, you're already in positive. And RSI here is still got some room. Yeah, RSI already it's like going towards oversold and shown a little bit neutral sign here, but still it is positive. it has got a little room, by the way. Okay, let's start looking at these indicators. So number one, Parabolic Sar started forming downward. So this is the buy trend here. So one positive sign to buy. And then if you look at the RSI has got some space till 77, but it won't go above 77. It doesn't have any history here. Look at some back testing. So here that was like 80, and when it was in 2018, so very far. Here also 70, 72, here 81, 73. So it is like almost reach its top. So maximum will be like few more decimals here. If you go and look at the candlestick pattern is downside price rejection. So downside price rejection means still there is some space here and this stock can go up, and it is already an uptrend. Parabolic Sar has generated a buy signal, and I can see the positive vibe here. It can go up on a daily chart pattern. Let's go and look on the weekly. On the weekly side, also the same analysis. RSI is positive, going upward, and here we got a big green candle, which is a positive sign again. So you are like positive here in this stock on the weekly time frame as well, and on the daily time frame as well. Let's go back to the daily and see the levels. So these levels will be like, as I said, there's not much space left here, and you need to exit at the right time.
190.
Not 190, one here, somewhere here. So this will be a good point. If you talk about this 190, we normally do not take this point because the stock gave a closing at this level. So closing points are very important. So this one, maybe at one point of time in any second, it went touch this level and then it went back again to its normal level. So closing points are important rather than the VIX. Always, make your decision based on the closing levels. So 1.67. So as I said, like here, RSI has reached to its almost the top. So little space left here,
Overbought position.
Yeah, or it's now entering an overbought, and here this is downside price rejection, but still like few space left here, a small space. So 1.67 should be your target, and then you get you take exit. Not exactly 1.67, maybe like 1.65, I would say. It maybe like you said 1.67 and it touched 1.66 and started falling down, so you didn't get a chance to exit. So 1.65, 66 can be a best bet here.
Thanks for this, Tahir. And I think I'll have one last one.
Yep.
Which would be a TRVN.
TRVN.
Yeah.
Okay, TRVN. It has a sell signal here. Volumes are low. RSI is like below 50. Seems a downtrend in RSI, and the volumes are little low. Volumes are extremely low here. Don't pick these stocks too often, and where the volumes are very less. Look at the volumes. Volumes are like very minimal, and here when it spiked, the volumes are higher. Maybe like because of the earning news. Earnings is negative. Okay, now let's see this candle. This candle is like we are in a downtrend, so inverted hammer candle, then a dodgy candle. So let's see. Normally, these sort of stocks are difficult to analyze because they don't tend to follow any set pattern direction because of the illiquidity. So what I can say that currently this is in a downtrend. Looking at this RSI, because this is less than 50, still it has not yet correctly established its trend. But there is a hope that if it crosses 50, then it's positive for this stock. Let me draw a trend line here. Okay, yeah, here. So if it crosses the level of 50, which is like very near, if it crosses that, just it will come in the positive range, an uptrend range. And here, if we talk about this support levels, support is here, which seems that it has already taken its support and touched here and started going up. And now the resistance that it's gonna face will be somewhere at this point where it stood before as well, before falling down. That can be resistant at 2.2. And currently still we have like a sell signal generated by the Parabolic Sar. In the next sessions, if it behaves well, moves positive, then it has a good chance to reach towards 2.2, but it may take some time. You may see like still like this one, if we take this level, this also seems to be a little resistance at 1.8, a short-term resistance. If it breaks this resistance of 1.8, then you will see the stock it has a tendency to move up. So this is the first resistance of 1.8. If this is broken, now see, if this is broken, it will go up, and at the same time the RSI will go up above 50, and then you will see this at somewhere around 2.2. And I hope the volumes doesn't fall below this limiter, which it is currently trading at. Previously, if you look at here, the volumes are extremely low, and it went above during these few days, and then it is relatively higher here, the volumes, as compared to the past and before COVID in Feb, March, and April. Let's see how this behaves, but it doesn't look very promising because of the low volumes here, I would say. Yes, Vivek, do you want to add anything here?
No, I think you're right.
Yep.
Depending upon his purchase price, he should move out at the earliest.
It was a 2.2 my purchase price, so I think.
Oh God.
Yeah, but no, I didn't
Okay.
invest much, to be honest. So I bought it for just around 200 of them. So to be
Okay,
honest.
so you don't have like much volume here. So you can, if you have like very low volumes, so just keep it. Keep it somewhere. If it reaches if it breaks this level of 1.8, and it will get closer to your price, and sell it around this resistance level, even a little below the resistance level, just get rid of it and cash it.
Yeah, thanks for this time. Thank you.
No problem, man. Yep. So guys, we have like 8 more minutes remaining. We can pick like 2 more stocks for the day, and rest we'll discuss that in the group. Anyone?
Let's check Western George. Or you want to take up SU?
Western George Digital Corp. Where is Western George? Western Area, Western George, yeah, WN. Okay. The Western George here seems to be interesting. It's generated a buy signal by Parabolic Sar, and seems that it has taken a support at previous support was at 95, and it went down a little below the support, but again back to its normal. So let's see the targets for this. RSI is in an uptrend here. Okay, and then RSI is an uptrend. Parabolic Sar is also generating a buy signal, which is a leading indicator, which is good. Volumes are consistent here, and the candles are although neutral. Let's talk about the resistance level. You'll see the resistance at this level. This can be this one. Okay, this, and then the next one is this. Yep, 99 can be a target for this immediate target on the daily basis, because rest all of the things are like positive, indicating an uptrend. So this can be a first target at 96, and then second target at this level of 102. somewhere between 102 to 101, 102. Yeah, this can be a second target here. One time, two times, three, four times here, and then this can be second. And the ultimate target here would be 106. So let's apply something else. Fibonacci, what did Fibonacci has to say? So let's see how Fibonacci gives us the support and resistance. So as per Fibonacci, 98 is the first resistance level, which is like almost similar to what we have identified, 98.76, and we were saying like 99 is the same level, and then 101 and 10. Yeah, we had 102, and Fib ratio gave us the 101.78 as well. So the same levels. So yeah, we have a first target of 99 and second target of 102, and then the ultimate target of 10. I can read it.
06.
Somewhere 107, 06. Yeah, 106 here. So yeah, this is positive. You can, if you want to buy this stock, you can enter at this point because this is currently at its support level, and the resistance, we have an upside gap here. So the downside is very little because this is a support level and we have the upside. So risk to reward ratio here is positive, and it can be a good pick. So these sort of stocks which are like, we have, I would say, not a penny stocks. Normally we consider less than $5 or $10 the penny stock. So these stocks like tend to behave very quickly, even if they fall down, and then they will recover. They have a tendency to cover, and you will see the volumes here. Unlike those stocks, especially which are like below $1, they are like a little bit risky, I would say. Yes, I think. Yes, we. Any other stock?
I'm already into Western, so that I already picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at SU.
Yes,
SU or TRP, or either one of them.
Okay, let's look.
I'm looking at SU to buy at around 1650, and TRP to buy around 59.
1650 here at this level, 14,
yeah.
And let me increase it. Currently it's at 18, so 1650.
1650 would be the
Okay, currently at 18, and here can be
Yeah.
Here, and then
stop of 15
this
or
one.
14.
Yeah, it won't fall below because this is for all the energy stock. This is I would say a good time to start buying on dips, because this crude oil is relatively lower these days, and the time it will regain, these stocks will always go up. So 1650, yes, this is a good entry point here, but also I would say we need to have a closer look on the crude oil in the market. So crude oil this way is like, this is 37. So if you see it's started going up, maybe like you can take 20% of your budgeted quantity here, and then rest, if it goes down, you can start accumulating on dips. So even if at this, even if at 1650 level, you don't know, maybe it will go further down. So you can take like maybe 50% here, and then you will take 50% at some other levels. So that can be a good strategy to buy here. And this goes, guys, this goes for all the energy stocks. All the energy stocks, keep a close look on the crude oil in the market, and it seems to be a lower level and can be a good entry point, but don't buy all your stocks at one price. You can do like 20% and then 25% or something like that in three different buyings, or like at least two different buyings. So that can be a good trading style here. So here, this is a good thing, and then you can hold on to it easily till like 22, because 22 was the price where this stock stood for many times, around 22 here. So this can be 21, 22 can be a good point to, here. This can be first one, 20, this is a range here, 20 and then 21. So this can be a good price to initial price, but if you still want to hold it, it would go easily till 24, 25.
24.
24, 25.
Yes.
If you want to hold it. If the stock sustains above 40, then you will see $24 coming into Suncor Energy. It has a tendency to go to that level. If the crude oil remains above $40, $24 should be a reasonable price. Okay, guys, we are like about to finish our session. Just last 1 minute remaining.
Thank you, Tahir.
So, yeah, no problem, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. If you have questions, just post it on the group, and we'll be happy to answer that. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend, and see you
Take
next time.
care, Tahir.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Sure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Bye.